2 of his Dread of Nights in play.
Right, and that's really rough for Thomas Enevoldsen.
Yeah, Caleb Durward just
Caleb Durward is
leading a blessed life here in this top 8, drawing 3 out of 4 Force of Wills, Jace every game, 2 Dread of Nights here. Really putting
whatever he
on
needs in the
Enevoldsen.
matchup.
Well, hey, that's one reason to play all 1s and 2s.
Yeah.
So Caleb Durward, 2 Dread of Nights in play, and if you're unfamiliar, 1 black mana enchantment, all white creatures get -1/-1.
Really is more 2 Dread of Nights, a Ratchet Bomb. Appears he has a Damnation in hand. Can't see him losing this game.
Yeah, Caleb Durward at 12. It's a pretty healthy life total.
Yep, all white creatures getting -1/-1. Dread of Night, easily the best card in this matchup for Caleb.
Yeah.
The second one, completely backbreaking.
Exactly. Now, Thomas Enevoldsen, his creatures that live through 2 Dread of Nights, well, exactly 8. 4 Serra Avenger and 4 Phyrexian Revoker. That's it.
Right.
Now, he does have 1 Oblivion Ring, so he can theoretically deal with 1
Dread of Night. He has
Night.
a Sword of Fire and Ice, so that can go on the
Okay.
Serra Avenger. Problem is this parasitic. It's not parasitic. The Strix of some sort. The Strix has Death Touch, and we'll probably trade there.
Right. The Pro Blue though will let it attack past.
Yep. So Ratchet Bomb ticking its way up to 3, so he'll get 1 turn to try to attack that. Dredging Dark Blast on top of that. Dark Blast with 2 Blanket of Nights. Another 1-of in his deck. Caleb, the 1-of Dark Blast to join the 2-of Blanket of Night. really getting Thomas Enevoldsen here.
Needling him here. And we'll see if Thomas Enevoldsen can even do another point of damage. I don't think he's going to be able to.
No.
Ratchet Bomb will deal with the sword. Dark Blast will deal with the Avenger, and Dark Blast will then be able to kill every other creature Enevoldsen plays. So not looking good for the Danish Pro here.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to Caleb Durward and his Blue-Black Tezzeret looking to head toward the finals, where he's going to take on Joey Andrews' Rug Delver.
Yep. Not certain yet, though. Caleb Durward still can mess this game up. Thomas Enevoldsen can punish him for some misplays, but it's looking really unlikely. Batterskull also could possibly deal some damage. And yeah, Caleb Durward's hand, as you can see there, it's pretty stacked. He has a Tezzeret, he has a Damnation, Dark Blast. He has it all this game.
Yeah, so he's leaving the Ratchet Bomb on 2. I think he's, going to make Tezzeret pluses up to 4. Finding the artifact, he's more than happy to take some damage off the Serra Avenger.
Right.
Finding Wormcoil Engine.
Wow.
Yeah, just wow.
Caleb Durward showing us what 4-drops can do in Legacy.
Right.
And Thomas Enevoldsen ticks his Aether Vial up.
All right. So, trying to see what plays he may still have in here. Sword of Fire and Ice equips to Serra Avenger. That'll give it 1 turn to swing through the one turn through the Strix, as the Strix is blue. That is, unless Caleb wants to crack Ratchet Bomb, which he's going to do. He's going to go ahead and bin his own Strix, his own Talisman, and his Ratchet Bomb to get rid of Serra Avenger, which is really Thomas Enevoldsen's last creature.
Exactly. Now, he does have an Oblivion Ring in his hand, it looks like. If I'm reading that right. Maybe not.
False Alarm.
False Alarm. That's a Thalia. So Tez will just tick up, try and find some artifacts to animate.
Tezzeret, 5 cards. Looks like it's finding another Baleful Strix.
Yeah, and Baleful Strix, it doesn't look like much, but when you ask people about this deck, they'll say Baleful Strix is the reason this deck works. It ties it all together. It pitches to Force of Will. It cantrips and trades. It can be found by the Tezzeret. It can become a 5/5. It just does everything, not everything well, but it does everything all right.
Yeah.
It serves its purpose.
So Talisman to play for Caleb. He'll go ahead and pass the turn. So Thomas, post-board, I'm not sure if he has a live draw that he's going toward here.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. It would probably start with a Pithing Needle on Tezzeret, and then maybe follow up with something like an Oblivion Ring on Dread of Night.
Yeah, we need Oblivion Ring down. Gets that one down the battlefield. Caleb has both Wormcoil and Karn in his hand.
Wow.
With five mana available.
I'm really surprised to see Karn still in his deck here. A 7-drop versus a Rishadan Port Wasteland deck, and Thalia. Seems a little ambitious.
Seems like it's a card which, if you can cast, you probably have already accomplished. Here.
Exactly.
So Oblivion Ring takes one of the Blanket of Nights. But there's still another Dread of Nights, but there's another one he's going to have to get rid of, and even now if he does it, I don't know if it matters.
Now, Cataclysm, normally pretty good against a control deck, not good against Planeswalkers.
Right, Cataclysm is another one of those cards that lists creature types. No, Cataclysm is you choose one of each type. It is good against Planeswalkers, right? You choose one type of each permanent and then sacrifice the rest. So you will, I believe you will still sacrifice all Planeswalkers with Cataclysm. I'll confirm on that.
Let me read it here. Oh, no, you are right.
Yeah.
Each player chooses from the permanents he or she controls an artifact, creature, and enchantment and land, sacks the rest, so it will get rid of that Tezzeret if he can resolve one.
The biggest problem is that, well, okay, now Karn is down, so
Okay.
yeah, this is, I would say if he gets the Wormcoil Engine down, then he can choose Wormcoil Engine, you know, as an artifact or a creature, and then,
Right.
or he can choose something else, sacrifice the Wormcoil, and still have an army post Cataclysm.
Yep.
So we have Karn down from Caleb Durward. That really should be a nail in a coffin for Thomas Enevoldsen. I'm not sure, he has no way in his deck. He has maybe if he draws a Revoker, he can deal with the Karn. That's really going to be nothing about the Tezzeret, though, that's in play. I think there's just too many large permanents for Thomas to answer, and that's not to mention that Caleb still has a Wormcoil in his hand.
Yeah, this game, all but locked up for Caleb Durward. He should be moving on to the finals to face Joey Andrews.
Right. And the Rug Delver matchup, one that I think Caleb likes that matchup.
Yeah, he said so himself after the Swiss. He said that was the matchup I think he wanted to face the most.
Right. And I think the biggest matchup he's happy to not have around, I'm pretty sure that the fact that he's pretty happy that Chris Anderson did not make the finals, that would have probably been a very, from what I can tell, a very difficult matchup for him.
Yeah, I would say borderline unwinnable. The Enchantress deck would virtually be goldfishing, but
right.
Anderson knocked out by the Delver deck.
On the other hand, we thought the same thing about Omnitel. It was basically goldfishing minus 4 cards, but those cards came in at just the right time.
Yeah, they showed up. Sometimes you draw 3 of 4 Force of Wills.
All right. Enevoldsen. And I like how Enevoldsen is staying in this game. You know, that's probably more resilience than I would have in this sort of situation.
Yeah. Facing down 2 Dread of Night, facing down Karn, facing down Tezzeret with a white weenie deck.
And he also knows that there's a Wormcoil Engine in Caleb's hand.
Right.
He's going to equip Sword of Fire and Ice onto Serra Avenger. So that's going to make Serra Avenger a 3/3. So he can attack. He's going to attack and attempt to kill the Karn, and that'll work. Karn's gone. So one threat down. You know, 2 more to go. Well, 2 more and 2 Dread of Nights to go.
Right. No big deal.
No big deal. This is easy.
Caleb Durward, important to note, can't double Dark Blast that. It would require triple. And that would require Caleb to draw it 3 times in 1 turn, which I don't think is going to happen.
Yeah, Thomas lays down a 3rd Ether Vial. And Tezzeret is going to start animating things. He's going to animate the Sword of Fire and Ice so it falls off of the Serra Avenger.
Wow, heads up play by Caleb Durward. I don't think many people know that Tezzeret can target the opponent.
Damnation.
Wow.
Very, very good play. Yep, Tezzeret can turn anything into a 5/5, and creatures may not. One part of the rulebook is that creatures may not be allowed to be equipped to creatures.
No, it seldomly comes up.
So, yep, actually animating an artifact that is equipped to a creature is one way to make it fall off.
Yeah. The last time that came up was probably Mirrodin block constructed with March of the Machines.
Yeah, there you go. Jace comes down. Enevoldsen extends the hand, realizes he can't defeat the Jace. Caleb Durward, 2 games to 0, defeats Thomas Enevoldsen, and moves on to the finals.
Yep, so a nice showing by the Dane, but the white weenie deck, who knew? Hard matchup against blue-black control.
Yeah.
As it always has been, as it always will be. It's tough. It's kind of like playing mono green against a combo deck. You're facing an uphill battle.